Happy Monday, everybody. We got another Brownish Live. As always, I got my co-host, the beautiful, the talented Sasha Merci.
Well, thank you for having me.
Wait, is it Mercy or Merci?
It's merci.
Merci.
Merci. Well, my mom, she gave me a French middle name because Dominicans are always, very creative with the names. But she hooked it up.
That's not even your last name. For the longest time, I thought Merci was
my middle name.
Look at this. I learn something new every day about you.
You know what's crazy? That people think that I made it up. People are like, oh, Mercy is really your name? It's like, yeah, I was born with it. It's in my birth certificate.
We got a special Memorial Day show today. We've got a very special guest, somebody I got to work with at Hispanicize. I think she's dope. So let's just bring her right in. Y'all know her. She's the Queen of Spanglish Media. Raq C.
Yes.
Woo, woo. What's up, guys?
I'm doing good. How are you, Mama?
Girl, I'm turning up with mezcal and agua de sandía infused with serrano chili.
Okay.
I feel like quarantine has pushed back the drinking time. It used to be like 5 o'clock. Now people are like, yo, we doing this now. We not. Good morning.
Good morning. You know what? It's 12 in LA.
Right.
We already got past the cafecito session. You know what I mean? You know what's crazy?
Wait, do we? Okay.
I know. Sasha's like, I'm still drinking cafecito. Like, I'm that kind of girl, you guys, that I could only drink coffee like once a day. Otherwise, believe it or not, I know people think it gives them energy, but it starts making me feel like lethargic. Like, I feel like I start dragging ass. Like, if I drink too much coffee.
No.
What kind of coffee you drinking?
Hey, the bomb is coffee, but it's just like I can't drink too much of it. Huh?
It'll wake you up.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I be thinking that is like more mental, but like I literally have to drink more. Like I'll just take like a water shot, but coffee starts making me feel like slow. Believe it or not, I think I'm just like I don't know. I'm too hyper. What's up, y'all? Happy Memorial Day. Somebody just checked me on Snapchat and they told me that I should never say Happy Memorial Day because it's really like a sad day. And I was like, well, I feel happy today.
But that's what they say in the calendars. All the calendars says Happy Memorial Day.
Right.
Yeah, even Instagram has a little gift thing. GIF.
Yeah.
Like
Memorial Day. True. That is true.
I was like, can a girl be happy? Shit.
So should you be wishing people sad Memorial Day? Sad Memorial Day.
I don't know.
Have a memorable Memorial Day.
Memorable.
I guess so. But I was like, oh
no. But all I know that this is the time that we used to have barbecues. Like if it's 4th of July, we just look for excuses to like throw parties. That's
honestly, like I think that you think that's like a worldly thing, or that's like more like a Latino thing? Because girl, we throw barbecues for everything.
I think that it's like a worldly thing, but I think Latinos know how to party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have this orgullo in us that you already know. It's like we around the vicinity because we are loud, we are here, and we are letting you know that we're gonna celebrate our existence. Like
absolutely. That's how my family is, girl. We find any reason to get together and celebrate. A nosotros no nos para ni el COVID-19.
Absolutely. That's right. That's true.
Yeah, it's very multicultural. Like, so my father passed away a couple of years ago, and I remember family got together, and my wife was like, "Yo, they having a party." I'm like, "Yeah, that's what we were sad, but now we're in a good mood."
We're celebrating his life, so it's celebrating Memorial Day. I'm happy. You happy today? I'm happy today. Everybody's happy today, and we're memorizing what happened, whatever before.
Yeah. It's like, what do you do, right? But like, remember, I mean, I you always hear people that they say they have family members that passed away. Like, my mom wouldn't have wanted to see me cry. She would have wanted to see me happy. And then when people see you happy because you're celebrating someone's life, they're like, why aren't you sad? Why aren't you crying? You're like, look, you never could win.
Right.
Just do what feels right.
Right.
And be happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there was a comedian that I saw that he was talking about, like in his funeral, that he's gonna come out in strings and stuff like that, and he's gonna be dancing with everybody, so his body's just gonna be like
Can you imagine? That'd be crazy.
That'd be funny. But there's people that if you go to their funerals, they're like on a bike, like their corpse is on a bike, their corpse is on a table, like acting like they're eating. Like that's
what kind of funerals you've been going to? I've never.
It's a thing online. You never seen that?
Well, they got the things I know for people would freeze them like they were playing dominoes. I saw that in Puerto Rico. They would do that. They would take the body and my man was playing dominoes.
Yeah.
I was about to say either Puerto Rican or Cuban for reals. I mean, all I say is this: the day I elevate to the next level of the game, I gotta have my eyelashes done, my toes done, and my nails done. I'm gonna go out right.
Girl,
you know what I mean? Just make.
I never understood why they put them in suits. Like for a dude that never wore suits. Like why not put them in something comfortable?
Exactly. Let me be comfortable. Let me look fly. That's my thing. I say nails, toes, eyelashes. Then I could go.
That's funny. That would be like this, like a Barbie. When they go see you, they can sing.
What?
Okay.
That's one. Yeah, you see that?
See, my man's propped up playing dominoes.
Dead person?
Yeah,
that's a dead person. They propped him up to play dominoes one last time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I've never seen that in my life, you guys. This is the first time I'm being introduced to something like this.
That's crazy.
You're
my gosh.
We like to educate on this show about what we're doing. So what activity, if you had to be frozen doing something, what's your activity that people know you by? They're like, Rocky loves to.
Maybe they don't know me by it, but what activity would I want to get frozen doing in the middle of an orgasm? I would just like to freeze. Just freeze me up. Like, the climax moment. You know what I'm saying, Sasha?
But that means you got the confidence to know that you got a good low face. You can't be.
That's what makes them fall in love, honey.
Your eyes are gonna be rolling to the back of your head. They're only gonna see the whites of your eyes. Like
one face where for that moment it feels like you lose your soul. You're like, good Lord, I just want to freeze that moment. Like,
guys would show up. You know how many guys would show up to your funeral, Rocks, and be like, yo, I knew she was lying. I never saw that face. What face is that? That's not the face. You know what? I'm out of here.
Fans after death. Imagine.
I would want to freeze that moment. What about you? What would you want to get frozen in that moment of like, you want to just conserve it because it's so good and it makes you so happy?
Oh, man. Freaking. I don't even know right now. I never even thought about it, but it would probably be us sitting on a couch watching TV. I'm boring. I just I'm so boring because your thing to be frozen in was like, damn, that's amazing. I didn't even think about that. I'm like, check my couch, watching TV.
I would even want to be frozen eating sushi, man. I love sushi so much.
I tried to make sushi the other day. It was a failed attempt because it seemed like everyone had the same idea as me. I went to the sushi aisle in Ralph's. Everything was taken. Everything. Sushi rice, the sushi thing, everything. So I had to just get the sushi chips.
Yeah.
I got some Italian rice. I made some whole thing.
Girl, you ended up making this like Dominican sushi.
Some new sushi.
What about you, Eric? What would you get frozen doing?
I'd be frozen and doing stand-up, just with the microphone and everything.
Oh, man. True comedian, man. True comedian, man. That was a great answer.
Everybody laugh, right? What are you drinking, Eric? I'm
having coffee. I got kids, so I got to have a couple cups a day to keep me going. Because they never stop. When I think they should be running out of energy, somehow their battery is always fully charged.
Yeah, Energizer Bunny.
When you got kids, you like a red battery all day. Like, I'm not gonna make it. 15%. I need a charger.
I can't wait to have kids. I just need a husband to have kids with, but like I have so much damn energy. I think I might even outdo my kids. Cause
I'm about to drop them off at Roxy's house. Just here you go.
Whoa.
For real.
Kids. I was thinking about, you know what's so funny? I was thinking about that whole thing about like having kids and stuff. I feel like my generation we're so immature, because my parents, they were forced to grow up so fast, and they're like, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. And it's like you were supposed to have children even if you didn't want them. Because my parents, they loved me, but they made sure to tell me that they didn't want me. You know what I'm saying? They're like, we loved you. But
But you were supposed to be an abortion. Have you ever had bro, I've had women tell me, like, my mom told me like she loves me, but like she went to try to get an abortion, but it didn't work. And I'm like, what parent tells their kids that? Like, for real. That's enough to
they went to go get it, but they didn't get it, or I couldn't afford it.
Well, no, like, or I took the morning after pill and it didn't work, or something indication where like you're telling your kids, I really didn't want you, but you slipped through the cracks and you still are here. You know?
But you know what that taught me? To love your mistakes.
Yeah.
That's what taught me. Love your mistakes because it's gonna make you grow. That's what
taught me. Coming up with little saying.
No, but so my parents always tell me that. So I was thinking like, and I always say like, oh, I'll have a conversation with my uncle and I'll be like, yeah, I want kids. He's like, you want kids? You want them to put you through what you put me through? Think about it. And I'm like, yeah, I do. but the times are going. It's just like, but I be thinking about kids.
I want twins, girl. So I need to marry a man that has like super sperm. And I want a boy and a girl.
You want a two-piece combo right up top. You don't want to ease into it.
This is my plan.
Just three off the bat, just in case.
This is my plan. My plan is to get pregnant. We'll get married. I want to get married. Then I want to get pregnant. And I want to get super fat, right? And just enjoy my pregnancy. And then I want to get a mommy makeover. I want to get my ass done.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get my ass done. I'm just letting it be known, like it's gonna be popping, really. And then I'm gonna have a bubble butt, and then I'm just gonna get nice and back in shape, nice and thick in shape, and then that's it. I'm not gonna have any more kids.
I love how no filter. You're just like, listen, I'm gonna let myself go. I'll feel this old house. I'm gonna love it or leave it, and then.
Right. I'm gonna let myself grow. I'm gonna let myself crave. I'm gonna just like get fat, because the thing is, you need extra fat on your body in order to get that ass, because I don't want to get implants. I want to get a Brazilian butt lift. And in order for you to get a Brazilian butt lift, you need to transfer your own fat into your ass. So true. I'm just saying, I'm just warning, the ass is gonna be juicy.
Yeah. You got it all planned out because it's true, man. You have to gain weight, and I know me. I'm not gonna gain weight for no reason.
Might as well be. I just gotta find the right man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's it. Hard.
You're gaining weight. Your family like, you okay? I'm just trying to get this butt lift. That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactamente. Hey, Eric, how did you know Eric? Because I be hearing all these stories about like married people. And I know you're married, happily married. How did you know like your wife was like the one? Because you be hearing all kinds of different stories.
I think most dudes know within the first year. Like once it starts dragging, that's a dude that's not 100% sure. Like I don't know, and he's trying to find. Because I know some relationships. They're like, yeah, we've been in this 10 years, and like, oh, you ain't married. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
She was the first person to just. Number one, I felt like she made me a better person and I wanted to be around her. And I also felt like she was the first person to call me on a lot of my BS where I was like, oh, okay. All right.
That's the thing that people think that you're not supposed to like call another person out with their bullshit. It's like, no, you tell them. But yeah.
Because you want to be a better person. Like you don't keep people around you that just BS you all day. You keep people around you who are real with you. Like your friends, if you got dressed up and like, I'm going out, they're like, yo, you going to wear that? Like that's the person you want around you to go, oh, I shouldn't wear this. Like especially when you do stand-up, like a lot of stand-ups date people they meet in the audience, and those are people like, you're so amazing. You don't want to hear you're amazing all the time. You want to hear
so basically a lot of comedians date their groupie fans.
Really?
No way.
Wow,
You
dude.
figure you're doing stand-up all the time. Where are you gonna meet somebody other than in a show? And they think you're amazing and you could do no wrong. It's
You
not
know what? I've never dated like a listener of mine when I used to do I did traditional radio in LA for 14 years, and I never dated a follower that would tell me, "Oh, I listen to you," because I would be like, "Well, they're fans. I don't want to date a fan. I want to date a man that knows me by my real name." But
I think it's different for females. Like that. It's funny you say that because I find
why is it different for females? Why?
Because I find a lot of female comics don't date fans because there's always that fear of this person could be crazy.
Right.
We're in a new town. I don't know what this person's intentions are. Dudes, on the other hand, we're just like, what are you gonna do?
I guess you're right.
Send me a paragraph that I'm not gonna read. What are you gonna do?
You gonna write me a letter?
What are you gonna do?
Dudes are a lot creepier. It's like you could end up in the back of somebody's truck in the middle of the woods. Like, you ain't never heard that flip side of like, oh man, she tied me up.
That's true. I could see, ultimately, men and women are different, but I could see there is reluctance to date a follower because you never know. You know what I mean? But males, you guys, I feel it. But I read something the other day saying that men know their wife when they see her. Like a man will be like, "That's gonna be my wife." Is that true?
I don't know.
I think in that short window. Like, that's why I'm telling you, and within a year, most dudes know. Most dudes know, like, all right, this is the one right here.
You see, Sasha, are you single or married, girl?
Dating.
Or you're boot up. You're boot up?
I'm dating, yeah.
Oh, you're dating. See, I'm single. I'm dating, but I there's nobody that has like my attention 100%. So this is like good information that I like to put into like the arsenal.
Well, that's the thing. For me, it's like if I'm dating you, it's because you have my attention. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like dating fans. I don't like dating anybody in the industry. And so like I'm all about wanting to get to know the person for who they are.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's like if I don't get along with you, I don't give a fuck who you are. Because like there have been people in the industry that's been wanting to date me, and I'm just like, bro, no. One, you think that you could buy me because you have money, and that's not gonna work. And I'm gonna show you that I am talented and that you're gonna see me around, so you should respect me as a coworker.
Yep. Respect.
Yeah. So that's like, but for me, I just try to steer away from anybody that might seem like, oh, I have money or I have this. Because even let's take it outside of my work, right? Guys that have a lot of money, I don't even trust them either. I'll be like, nah, I'm good.
Why don't you?
I think the only way I'll trust that is if like I kind of was by your side, like when the money.
Yeah, when the money, right? Yeah. I don't trust a guy with money.
Wait, why don't you trust the guy with money?
Definitely doesn't like. That's not like the first like thing that it's like.
Yeah.
A lot of girls get messages from like that. Now there's like this new scam going around. Have you heard of it? It's like these men are sneaking because it's taking advantage of vulnerable women at these desperate moments in time, right? Women that are, oh shoot, I gotta charge my computer before it dies. I just saw it right now. But like they're scamming them, saying they need sugar, that they're sugar daddies looking for sugar babies, and a lot of these women are falling for it because they need money right now. And they end up scamming them, and you're just like, how did you fall for that? Like,
this sounds like back in the day when the Nigerian prince, I got millions.
And they're like Nigerian people. They're like people from Nigeria, and I'm like, how did you fall for that? Like, what do they say when something seems too good to be true? It probably is. I'm gonna give you 3 G's a month for nothing, just because you're sending me pictures. So I was warning all my followers the other day, like, listen, ladies, desperate times, I get it, but don't be giving out your bank account information. They're about to sweep your account dry.
Dude, years back, I remember this. This is when I was back in New York. I remember.
My laptop. Yeah, go.
Yeah. I remember years back when I was back in New York. I remember one time my pops was on the phone and I could hear him. Oh, you need my bank account? Hold on. I was like, yo, who's he talking to? And I was like, yo, who's on the phone? Oh, I just won the lotto in England. I was like,
oh, no. I'm so glad that you told him that that's not true.
I took the phone from him. I hung it up because what are you doing? I just won. I was like, hey, when was the last time you was in England? He's like, I've never been. I was like, how did you enter how did you play? I don't know. I was like, man, this is a scam. You almost lost everything.
No, that's crazy. And the reason why I don't trust men with money is because they feel like they could buy things. So if they have a lot of money, they feel like they could buy you and your time and whatever, girl.
That's fine. I just started. I just started binge watching Narcos, and I rewatched season 1 with Pablo, and it's that like he's going around buying everybody. How much is it gonna cost for me to run this party? I'm like, ooh.
Right. Exactly. So I'm like, people that have like guys have money, which I've met a couple guys that have a lot of money, and they'll be like try to take me out on these like lavish dates, and I'll be there.
Like but, where? Like where do they take you, Sasha? Like where? Like no or what? I'm like, the tastes the same from my mom and pop shop, bro.
Right. No, I mean there was this guy that he owns like this restaurant. So like he did like this whole romantic thing where he like shut down the whole thing. And like I was just like, this was too much for somebody that's not gonna get a call back. You know what I'm saying?
Girl, well, did you enjoy it though? At least
I was like, I'm gonna make sure this is my last meal because this guy thinks this is for sure. And I'm like, nah.
Now when a restaurant shut down like that and you're enjoying the meal, do you take some to go? Like, let me get this box.
I'm like,
I definitely would.
Share it with my family, you know. So that's what it was. But I remember like my aunt, she found out like he was a millionaire and stuff, and so she was like, "Tell him I need a job." I'm like, "No."
She said what?
Tell him I need a job. Like, you know, I don't know. I'll freaking clean something. I was like, since when you haven't been a person to clean anything?
So now both of you are single. How are you meeting guys or even doing this whole thing during this shutdown?
I'm not.
I'm dating.
So hold on, Sasha. Let me ask you. So when you say I'm dating, does that mean because
I'm dating someone right now? Yes.
So you're seeing someone right now because there's a difference between dating and seeing somebody. Like I am single, so I could date like 5 guys at the same time if I want. You know
right.
Once you're like down to one, is because you see the potential, right?
Yeah.
So there's the one. If this was The Bachelor, he's got the rose right now.
Yeah.
Okay, why are you getting it?
No, I don't know. I don't really like when it comes to dating. I'm like, oh my god, this is always the.
Sasha's answering these questions like she's on trial. Yes.
And I did say, yeah.
I'm not meeting anybody right now, to be honest. The struggle is real. But it's like. Yeah, I'm not meeting anybody. Like I heard right now dating apps are like super popping, and like now they're doing this like dating at home thing. But it's like, what is that? You know, so I'm kind of just enjoying my own company and yeah.
Through FaceTime, people are like getting to know each other through FaceTime.
I would say if I was single, I wouldn't be doing that.
I'm just not. I'm not a fan of FaceTime. The only FaceTime I answer is my mama. Besides that, you are not FaceTiming me because no, you're not. I just don't. I don't you guys find it disrespectful when people FaceTime you without warning you? That's like the invasion of privacy.
I don't know because I really FaceTime my friends all the time, so they know that outlet is always open. So like,
not me, bro.
Even if it's your friends, you'll be like, yeah, the muchacha. Even if it's your best friends, they have to text
with friends, yeah, with my homegirls, yeah. But like if a guy,
no, yeah,
out of nowhere, I'm like, you're never getting a call back because you had to warn me before you FaceTime me.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I just don't like that. The only person I answer their FaceTime to guaranteed is my mom. That's it.
Now I'm suspicious of Roxy. I feel like she's killing people or dealing drugs. You can't warn me. You can't just.
No, it's just I don't like it. I'd rather see you in person. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I FaceTime is, especially at those unexpected moments where you're like doing stuff. You're like, wait, who do you think you are? Like, you're not my husband. Like, you're not. You know what I mean? Right. If it's my husband, I'm gonna want you to FaceTime me all the time.
Right. If I'm seeing you, then I want you to FaceTime me. But if we're like you said, like we're just talking and all this stuff, text me first. It's like no one comes to your house, knocks before they call you,
exactly,
or before they, you know what I'm saying?
And if they're pulling up on you with no call, bitch, you better put that on control real quick.
Right, unless it's Amazon delivering a package.
That's what I'm saying.
You better not be knocking on my door.
Y'all with your high standards.
No, don't. I'm just like mad paranoid because I live by myself and shit. So I'm like, is that a serial killer? So,
that's why I think guys can date their fans and girls can't. Look at y'all like, somebody at my door.
Who that be? Yeah.
That's why I got a pit bull. I got a pit bull, girl. She is my alarm. She is my warning. That girl, when you train your dogs, I've trained all my dogs that I've owned, but you got to train your dogs to be friendly, but they got to have those like attack words, and my female pit, she be having those attack words.
How old is she?
And only her and I know what those words are. Like your friends can't know, your boyfriends can't know, because it's like a her.
That means that word can't be like a common word. Because what if
it's not? It's not. But it is. When I train her, me and her alone, not even my other puppy there, just me and her alone. But like, she knows what's up. I'm like the dog whisperer, dude.
That'd be terrifying. You go to Roxy's house and stumble onto that word by accident. Like, man, I could go for a guava. What?
No, but it's kind of good to know, even when you're out in public. Like, if you feel like you're about to be attacked, you could tell her these words where she just kind of knows like what time it is. But dogs are amazing. I love dogs. I mean, I've been spending a lot of time with my dogs lately. During this pandemic time.
That's beautiful. I've been looking at a lot of videos on IG that have to do with dogs, and I'm like,
oh, I love dogs.
That's my next option, because the kids right now options.
So, like right now, while you're dating somebody exclusively, do you guys see each other during this downtime, or are you guys kind of scared to see each other?
No, we see each other.
Yeah, good.
Let's talk about Sasha, because Sasha went to the beach this weekend.
Yesterday.
And the only way I bring it up is because a lot of states are starting to pull back restrictions and people going, wow. I will give Sasha credit. I didn't see the next person for a good mile in her picture. I was like, oh, she's staying away from people. But you saw Daytona Beach opened up in Florida. People crowded. Ozark was trending yesterday. Not the show, but a lake in the Ozark was packed with people because people are just getting stir crazy. And as soon as the restriction opens up a little bit, people are just flooding.
Yeah, and there's this thing in Minnesota. Oh fuck, I don't know if it was Minnesota, Missouri. I don't know, but there was like throwing these pool parties, and it was called Curve the Curve.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's crazy?
Just on these pool parties, and it's just like, what, some people just want to die, and that's okay. Like we should respect them and wanting to get contaminated, because it's like, I did go to the beach, but I did keep my distance. I did have my hand sanitizer. Even though it was weird because there was this guy who let his kid just play with his sandbox right next to us, and I'm just like, "Are you not aware of COVID?" But you know what? Whatever. It was a kid.
Did you do that? Were you like, excuse me, or did you? Excuse me?
Wanted to, but I didn't want to be a Karen. You know what I'm saying? Either, because it wasn't doing anything crazy.
Karen, man. All the Karens in the world are true.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm not trying to be a Karen. The big
Karen in the world feels like a Maria right now, right?
Oh, right.
That's like
Latina would be like, huh? Oh, okay.
Now, did you wear the face mask on the beach? Because I don't see no tan lines.
I did not, because I will not ruin my tan for a virus. I won't ruin that. I just, I did whatever I can.
Now, do you guys like, if they open up the restrictions here in LA? Because I know we're locked down till July, but if they start and you start seeing these crowds forming, are you guys going to go to the crowds, or are you guys going to be weary of it?
All right. So I will be around people, but I'll just, if it's as packed as it was before, like maybe I'll be like, oh, maybe it's too packed. But like gradually being around people, and yeah. But I want to check myself to see if I have the antibodies, because if I do have the antibodies, ain't nobody gonna stop me. All right. I'm friend and son.
My big thing is like I'm a big rebel. Like oh my God, I want to go on a tangent about this, but I'm not. So I'm going to control myself. But I really do believe that a lot of this is blown up. I'm not saying it's not real. I'm not, just like everything is real. Heart attacks are real. Cancer is real. All these diseases are real. Bronchitis, everything. All of a sudden, all these sicknesses took a back seat, right? And I'm just like, well, damn, what happened to the people that have this and this and this? Every COVID took over everything, right? So like, my thing is this. When you become educated on your immune system and you really like strengthen it through your gut, like I've gone to Walmart, I've gone to Target, I've gone to you know what I'm saying, and it's just like I'm not really walking around with this fear. I feel like the biggest virus that has been spread here is fear. You know, everybody has just like everyone's drinking the Kool-Aid. Everybody is, and so will I be around crowds? Yeah. Do I drink my probiotics every day? Yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not worried because I'm feeding my gut and I'm doing all the things that I have to do every single day, not just when I'm sick, not just when I feel like a sneeze is coming on. It's like if people only took drinking probiotics, vitamin C, vitamin D as serious as they do washing their teeth every day, you wouldn't be stressed out because you're like, my immune system is naturally strong and its defenses are up. And so yeah, if I could go to Walmart and survive, if I could go to Home Depot and survive, I mean, really, protecting me. Like, I don't know. I just feel a lot of it is so hyped up that I'm just like, y'all really got the world scared.
Yeah, and I think that one thing that this has taught me is to really take care of my body. So it's not like this whole thing happened. Yeah, it's not like this whole thing happened and it was for nothing. Because I'm like, yo, I'm gonna really take care of my body. I'm gonna make sure I work out even from home. And also mentally, it's teaching me how to, no matter what, try to figure out a way of finding a silver lining somehow. Because this is devastating for a lot of people, especially staying home, mental health, all these things. But also like learning how to take care of yourself is so essential because I think that for so long we have been such a consumer country that we forget how to cook for ourselves, and we're like, damn, so it really there's a lot of personal things.
A lot of positives coming out of this.
But this is funny that we're talking about this because I saw this meme and I'm like, this is a fact, right? It said COVID-19 facts. The virus is a meme. It's like a joke, but it's like the virus can travel 6 feet. It cannot travel 6 feet and 1 inches or greater. It lives on all surfaces, anything that comes except for anything that comes in the mail from Amazon. It does not live in Target. It does not live in Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, or any grocery store. It is only deadly in bars, restaurants, small businesses, hair salons, especially churches. It cannot live on your food as long as you get it to go.
So, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of things don't make sense. You know, one of my boys the other day, something really positive that's come out of it. I think a lot of positives have come out of it.
And a lot of
boy, he's been working from home, and he has we're like the on the go culture, right? So he's had to everybody has had to kind of chill, like a huevo, right? Mm-hmm. Like forcefully. So he was like, you know what? In his first month of quarantine with his wife and his 3 boys, you know how much money they saved? And I was like, we were having this long conversation the other day, me, him, and his wife. It was like all 3 of us talking. And in 1 month, they saved $3,000. And him and his wife, well, now they're on their 2nd month of quarantine. They've lost 44 pounds.
Wow.
Eating at home. They're eating as a family, like 4 days a week, right? You know, some days they don't, but, they weren't doing this before. And guess where most of his money was going when they made calculations? Guess where most of his money was going? Starbucks.
What?
Starbucks. And I'm like, so he's had this great awakening of man, Raq C, I'm saving money. My family is happier than ever. I'm united with my wife, with my boys. I'm gardening. So talk about positivity coming out of this. And not this shit, I wanted to cry. I was like,
me too.
This is amazing. This would have never, he would have never realized this if the world wouldn't have stopped, right? So yes, it's a pandemic. Yes, I think it's overblown, but has it made everybody kind of stop and reanalyze? Yes. And for that, I'm thankful.
Yeah.
Me and my wife, we were sitting there looking through our accounts because it's like, oh, we got to pay rent, and we're like, oh, did you get paid for something? And you just have this extra income because we're not going out to eat, we're not no babysitters, we're not spending it on frivolous things because we're not out and about and just sometimes you make those impulse buys like I need this right now, and then you're like, what? Why'd I buy this? So you're starting to see a lot of that and cooking at home, and same thing. We're spending more time together. We're having family dinners, and it's like, oh, this is a beautiful thing.
That's why I think that when the world opens up because of all these different aspects, I do feel like the world is going to change somehow, some way. Things are going to definitely change.
Right.
And the fact that like it's also cutting the middleman, especially in Hollywood. You see all these agents. I read this article where they're talking about like what's gonna happen with agents. You know, because
what does it say? What does it say about agents? I mean,
well, basically, agents are the ones that come up with the package deal, and then they sell it, right? And then they get a fee from that, and they're the ones that be like, okay, it comes with this actor and this director, and if you don't want it, then that's no deal. Versus now, you have producers who come up with the writer, who come up with this, who come up with that, and then they go directly to the distribution company. Mm-hmm. And right now, for content, people are just eating, watching content. Then especially the binge watching culture, where it's like you could probably binge watch your favorite show in a weekend, then you go up to the next show. So that isn't going anywhere. If anything, it's a perfect time to be a producer and start producing your own stuff and going directly to the source. So Apple TV is looking, Amazon, all these, and also the whole thing about Hollywood having to come to LA, it's gonna die because you don't need to. Who do you need? Like you really just need a perfect team, and if you have studios and wherever you are, just film it there. You don't have to come to LA to film anything.
Well, I don't know if you saw like Twitter is saying you no longer have to come into the office. I know a lot of these big companies are starting to do that, and people are starting to have the conversation because I've seen it online. Like, well, if I don't have to be here because I can work remote, then why can't anybody else think about moving? There's people on our block that are thinking about moving and going to middle of Montana or something where they can get land, get a big house, and
Exactly. And there's another thing that's showing that's not cutting people's productivity. If anything, they're saying something about like, yo, we want you to do this job today since you're home and you ain't doing shit. Right. So like,
I mean, it's not cutting e-commerce right now. If you're in the e-commerce game, like I have my own brand, sunglasses and hats, and like my sales have never been how they look right now. I'm just like this. I mean, people talking about like being unemployed and all this, and the rates are the percentages are, but I'm like, I don't think Amazon or anybody with e-commerce sales has ever seen such a spike in sales right now, because I'm like, okay, where are people getting their money from? I don't know, but they're getting it because they're purchasing stuff, because there's a lot of teachers. My sister-in-law is a teacher. She's getting paid for the rest of the year, a fat salary, and she's not going back to school. Ella no tiene la culpa, but that's just what it is. They got to continue to pay these people. So, I mean, it's like, I feel like it's either drastic. Either you're not doing good or you're doing amazing, because some businesses are like booming.
Yeah, businesses are definitely booming, but it's also showing that everything is going towards online, because if it completely obliterates people having to go to work, then you're literally working from home. And what is the whole, like, you don't have to wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning, be in an hour traffic. And hopefully, for LA's sake, hopefully we don't have to be stuck in traffic for so long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's just so much. So just knowing that you could do things at home, this is something that people probably suspected a long time ago. Because when I was working in the hotel, all I had to do was pick up the phone and hang up. So I'm like, man, I could just forward these lines home. I could have done this at home. So there's a lot of that could be helpful.
Yeah. Real talk. I think a lot of people are just opening their eyes to the new possibilities. So, I mean, pretty soon, I feel like grocery stores, even the cashiers might be gone because now they have self-checkout.
Well, I just saw,
and most people go to the self-checkout. So you're like, what do I need you for? To turn the key because you got to void something?
That's what
you wait on aisle 9 or what? You know what I mean?
But you know what I find interesting, right? You saying this, right? That makes total sense. But why is it that every time I go to the store, I see the longest line for somebody to check your own stuff?
Well, I think because we like human interaction.
I mean, it's like, come on, it's so funny because
How you doing? Good. Have a great day. Bye. But we love human contact. What do they?
I guess so.
What do they do for prisoners when they want to make them suffer? Solitary confinement.
Solitary.
It's the worst thing you can do to a human.
I will say, I know things are changing because I went to Whole Foods. They have self-checkout now. I said, wait, what? Hold up. Whole Foods always had the guy who did the...
And I had that memory, so I can't check everything. No, I'm joking.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
People be loving that self-checkout because they be skipping items.
That's what I'm saying. My memory's not that good. No. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I got this.
Don't forget that can of that 6-pack.
Yeah.
That big case of water under there. Oh, I forgot.
There was a meme that I saw, right? That was like, oh, it says like they're at Target. Me running out with a plasma TV. No, me running out with a PS5 because I rang it up as a tomato. Yo, I was.
Yeah, exactly. Are these companies thinking about that also?
Yeah, but I do love this.
Everybody's honest like that.
I do love that this, the pandemic is a very serious thing. I know people have gotten sick of it, but I do like that it has taken people like us. Like I follow Raq C online. I follow Sasha, and I've seen the productivity. I've seen the creativity juices flowing. And that's why I've even switched, because I know anytime you talk to people, it's always like, how you holding up? And I'm like, that's the wrong state of mind to have. So I've started asking people like, how are you readjusting? How are you reinventing yourself during this?
I like that.
This is exactly what it should be. It should be people who like you tried to make sushi the other day. Like that's a beautiful thing to go, you know what? I'm gonna teach myself how to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
So like you could be that person that goes, you know what, I'm gonna learn how to do this. I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna learn a new language. I'm gonna learn a new instrument. Or you could be that person that's, woe is me. This is taking the wind out of my sails, and I'm just gonna sit here and wait for this thing to pass and see what happens.
Yeah.
One thing that I know that this has taught me is never wait for the last minute to do anything, right? Or like, if you want to do something, just go for it, because you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. One thing this whole pandemic and time down has taught me, I'm purging my closets. Like I'm getting rid of stuff that I'm like, 2 years I haven't worn this. Like I don't need it. Like we got so much stuff lingering around the home, the garage, that we're like, what? Like somebody really could be using this. I could sell this for some extra money, or just give it away, or put it on your curbside with the little free sign. Girl, the other day I put a old shoe rack that it was gone in an hour. It was like gone.
Yeah.
And to me it's old, but to somebody else it's like, dang, I needed a shoe rack, and so I've been purging the shit out of my house. And it's
That's great.
Like
well, that's that old parable.
Reflections. Like, am I hoarding shit or what? I gotta let it go.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Cheers to that.
That's why I like surrounding myself with these kind of people. Like that's why it always makes me laugh when people go, "Oh, all these people on my feed." I'm like, "Well, you're following them. You follow the people that motivate you. Follow the people that you have the same mind level of, and you want to be like."
Yeah.
I don't understand people like, I can't believe this person. I'm like, why'd you unfollow them?
Right.
You're hilarious, bro. For real.
That's true.
It's true. Like you're the one that you follow, or like when people try to like Snapchat, Instagram, or Twitter bang, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What? Why? Like, I don't even understand. People just talk sometimes because they got a mouth. You're just like, that doesn't even make sense. Okay, bye. Bye, Felipa.
I want to switch gears here a little bit because we got some good news this past week with Gentify getting a season 2.
Yes!
Celebrate the culture. We got to celebrate the culture.
Hell yeah!
Season 2, I'm excited. If you haven't seen season 1, please go binge that. You got no excuse. What are you doing?
Exactly. Exactly.
Those are the same people that I haven't gotten around to it. Those are the same people that call you like, what you doing today? I'm doing the same thing you're doing. Oh.
And watch the show.
Go watch the show. They got a season 2. I'm excited for the cast. I know Marvin, one of the creators, and Lydia, they've been going online and going live every week and talking about stuff they're working on. So please go check them out. Mystery Glaciers is coming back season 2, June 17th.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that. Fluffy. I love Fluffy, man.
I'm loving it.
I'm excited for
all the representation we're seeing, and right now Baker and the Beauty is on the bubble, so people, we gotta go support. We gotta watch the show. Like it breaks my heart to see we have to come save these shows, and our people aren't just automatically watching them and supporting them.
Yeah, don't you guys feel like sometimes I feel and I sometimes I feel like that whole case that happened with that black guy that got shot. Okay, I just feel like sometimes the African American community comes together like just like this, And sometimes I feel like Latinos don't have that. Like we got to seriously sit there and convince you on why you need to support your people, and that blows my mind, and it's just like, and I don't know if it's because I feel like there's black, there's white, and then there's brown. Like I feel like we're like in the middle. We're not black, we're not white, but like we're like that mixture of both. But I feel like the way black people come together to support each other is the way Latinos should be like, because I feel like those two men got arrested because the black community, literally, Alicia Keys, everybody that has a verified account was like, justice, Kim Kardashian. And guess what? In like a week, these guys were arrested.
Right.
That's like the power of the people. You know what I mean? So I was like, why is it that with Latinos, I feel like we're always having to convince, like, go watch this. Like, it's your story. Like, why do I got to convince you to go watch your story? And Eric, the other day, I was watching, I don't know if you saw, and I don't know if you saw this too, Sasha, that supposedly Ryan Seacrest had like a stroke on camera.
No.
Well, yeah, his reps were clearing it out because he was talking and like he mumbled his words, kind of like that one time when they showed Wendy Williams, something happened to her, and you could tell when you watch the video, you're like, something was off there, and like something happened, right? So it looked like a mild stroke where he was talking, said something, and then he was like, and then he went back to what he was saying, and you're like, what was that? Right. So his eye was like getting all low, and it looked a little off. And he came out and he said, I'm exhausted. I've been working a lot. We all know that man works a lot, right? We can't take that away from Ryan. Right. But I could see a morning show like this. We talked about that at Hispanicize. Like, why do you got to be black or white to get these amazing shows and amazing positions where it's like you can have 3 brown people, different shades of brown, it's all good, delivering you exciting content, informative content, controversial at times, safe at times, whatever you want to call it. But it's like, we got to convince our people to support us. And I'm like, I'm over it, because you should just naturally support,
I agree. Black community go out and watch Medea get a gynecologist appointment. But for us, it's like, you go watch Gentify, watch it, please watch it.
Yeah.
And that's why we celebrate these big victories, because we're like, yeah, to Gentify, yeah, to Mr. Iglesias, because we love Fluffy, we love the stories behind it, we identify, but it's like pulling out a tooth to go support them. So thank God for the shows that are getting supported, though. You know what I mean? That I celebrate to the max. And hey, Fluffy is a local here in Long Beach. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's a local. So
that's a fact.
Anyway, that was my tangent and my rant of the day.
No, but that's you're saying some real shit. It's like, we have to figure out a way to stick together. I feel like, again, one of the things is like, some people think, oh, just because we speak Spanish doesn't mean that we're the same culture. But it's like, in America, if we speak Spanish and we understand the same, like we understand certain things, and that's what brings us together. And that's what we need to focus on. What brings us together?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what the focus should be.
And we need to like stop talking about it and support each other. Because they're like, oh, support me.
Right.
Stop sending me your prayers and support and tune in. Yeah. Prayers. Stop praying. Just tune in.
Watch the show.
Yeah, well, exactly. Like, just tune in. Stop praying. Just tune in. God is saying.
I think the problem is there's too many subdivisions within our culture, and everybody's waiting for that one perfect project that they can relate to, but they don't realize that if we don't support all these others, we're never gonna have the opportunity to make this one project for you. We have to watch them all so that these networks go, oh, this is working. Let's buy more. Let's buy more. Let's buy more. They just networks are so scared, so they just let's test this one out, and if it doesn't work, look, Latinos didn't support it. Instead of going, let's buy a bunch and see what works. You know, I hate to make it like a black, white, Spanish, but like how many awful white shows do you watch with a premise and you're just like, this, who greenlit this? I want to get to the opportunity where we make those dumb shows, those movies that don't work,
but they're still on air.
Yeah.
Hey, but more executives need to think like you, Eric. Like if more executives thought that way, it would be clearer. You know?
Here's the thing, right? This is going back to cutting out the middleman. This is going back to cutting out the middleman, right? We like that's been happening for so long, but now this is why we need to produce as much as we need to produce, because what happened was that for a very long time, even me growing up watching movies, there's a lack of representation because the people that are holding the key in the top in CAA and all these big agencies are white people. So now you know, they're always like, okay, this is who we want here, this is who we want there, this is who we want here, placing, you know, times they will place like a person Latino and be like, oh my god, that movie did so well with you Latino in it, because we're swarming to watch it, because that's the only thing that has to represent us. You understand? So they're like, oh my god, so we'll just throw little gems here and there because we don't completely understand the Latino community. So it's always like okay, we're gonna do this package deal with this white person, or this that and the third. Now with social media, what happened was the reason why 60% of Latinos are consuming things online is because that is where people are directly speaking to them. Like that's where I'm directly speaking to Dominican American Latinos, where I'm speaking to Dominican American Latinos at first that I didn't like realize, because I'm talking my own way. I'm just being
you're not even thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about it because I didn't know how much it was gonna grow. I was just being me. But then I'm doing shows out here. When I would do shows out here in LA, Mexican people come out and be like, I love you. And then that's when you realize the power of authenticity.
I'm Salvadorian, Sasha, and I love you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Like, I don't even say, oh, I follow Sasha because she's Dominican. I'm like, Sasha's dope. She cracks me up.
Right.
If more people could see the world like that, though, where it's just like, I don't care that your shade of your skin is dark or brown.
Why do we love Selena? Why do people love Cardi B? Why do people like Aventura? It's like, why do people love Jennifer Lopez? Why? Because the authenticity is there.
And because you're looking beyond a skin color. You're just saying, oh, she cracks me up.
Yeah.
I could care less that you're Dominican. I know that you are, but I'm not watching you.
Exactly.
Like, yo, she cracks me up. She's real. She's relatable. I love her.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that now it's like this whole time before we had to be like, oh my god, we have to create a project to have it filtered through these agencies that don't necessarily understand or accept us, versus now like, you know what, I got a project and I know exactly where to put it and I know exactly where to go, and then all of a sudden people are like, oh, yeah, let me invest, because for the whole time we've been telling you that there's this voice that you're not understanding. And I think that what happens with these shows is that it gets watered down with voices that are not ours. And that's the problem.
Say that louder. Say that louder.
They get watered down with the voices that are not ours.
Yeah. And it's like they want to automatically stereotype like tacos. Okay, we all love tacos, but let's talk about plátano frito. Let's talk about this other stuff too.
And then they blame us like it's our fault. Like there's no market for you. But it's like, why, you know, it's like, oh, there's no market for you because you try to water it down. But why is it that I'm doing so well now without your influence, and now you want to be part of it because you were touching what is not yours?
Right.
Secure the culture, secure the bag.
So I just
your damn self.
and I'm not saying this to my horn, but like me, Peter Marietta, and Isaac Gonzalez, we just sold the show over at Amazon.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Congrats.
We, in our pitch, did the history of network television. Network. CBS, ABC, NBC, Fox. There has not been a Latino show with a Latino showrunner that created it in over 15 years.
Damn.
Crazy. Congrats.
George Lopez had a white showrunner, Bruce Helford. Bordertown, Seth MacFarlane. Christella was Kevin Hench. And that's not a knock on these white people, because I don't want them to think that we're like, oh, they're the enemy. Because they're helping us get those things there. But networks aren't going to take those pitches without that person coming in. That's what makes it so frustrating and scary. And then our voices do get lost through that filter.
Yep.
But that's why this is important. And it's like you can help. Like white people could help, but just helping us get to the platform or whatever. But just don't touch it. Just let it be.
I feel like right there, a phone number was supposed to pop up. You guys can help. Just donate. 1-800 help a Latino.
No toque. 1-800 no toque.
I could have, Eric, as a comedian, are you getting a lot of content during this time? Like as far as like jokes is concerned? Because there's a lot of stuff going down right now that, nobody can escape what we just lived, right? And what
I've got some stuff, but I know once this all opens back up, people are going to want to hear about the quarantine because we just went through it, but then it's going to go away.
It's going to go away.
They want to hear some other stuff. And I've had writer's block on the other stuff because it's like I'm going through all this on a daily basis.
Yeah, I could see that. Dang, man. I mean, I don't know. Let's keep manifesting a morning show like Good Morning America, hosted by all Latinos. Like I see that so clearly.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. And I can see it as like I see the screen. I'm like, I could see this on network television. And you know what? If not, be like the young Turks. They create their own network. They say whatever the hell they want to say. They create so much controversy and they make money. And they don't have to worry about network television. I think a lot of times we obsess and we think that network television is like the way, but I'm like, is it really the way?
No,
digital really more the way.
Create your own sheet. You know what I'm saying? Create it and put it out there.
Yes.
That is my biggest advice to anybody. People always ask me, how do I start? By doing. Hey,
Nike, just do it. Best motto in life.
I feel like we've riled up Sasha. She's on the coffee now. She's all hype. And we're gonna hang out with you. Like, what am I gonna do?
Yo tengo que work out. I need to.
You don't get hyped. It looks like a game.
You see, that's what I'm saying. It's like there's so many things that no matter what, like I'm Dominican or whatever, but there's so many things within my culture that I see in other Latin cultures. And as much as we like, okay, we don't have the same history, but family and being together and the way that we celebrate, maybe it's not the same music, but it's the same way.
It is. It really is. And like, I don't know, but I'm loving this. I'm loving the neck roll, girl.
Sasha started off this live all drinking a coffee real still. Hey guys, what's up?
Hey guys,
my cup is OMG.
This could be tequila.
Before we get out of here, Raq C, where can people find you?
Oh man, you can find me right there, Raq C's World, because I'm always in my own world, and if I disagree with you, I just go back into my world and I ignore you.
And you're one of my favorite people to follow because you truly hustle, you do everything, and you drop life gems on us.
That's my last word there. Not just like a fart. If you have to force it, it's probably
shit. Yeah, that's a fact.
I love you, Eric. I love you, Sasha. I've been a big fan of your page, Mama. I've always followed you. I followed you for a while now, and I always told myself, this is where I want people to really understand the power of word and manifestation. Yeah. I was like, I'm going to meet her one day. We're going to do a skit, something, but just know that, like you said, right? It all comes down to content and what you're putting out there. I happen to love my Dominican people. I've always kind of thought, Sasha, that I should marry a Dominican. But I don't know, girl. I heard that Dominican D is bomb.
Yeah.
But okay. I don't know what's happening.
I'm so glad to meet you, even if it's to a screen. I want to meet you one day. You live in LA. We're gonna connect. I'm just letting you know. We're gonna connect.
Okay. We're gonna definitely.
Make sure you guys follow Sasha Merci on all platforms. Also, I know Like Share Dímelo's coming back soon.
Yes, it's coming back soon. Right now, we're working on the quarantine version. We're gonna film it tomorrow. and we're gonna edit in all that good
But
stuff.
go catch the past episodes. They're all dope. They're on YouTube. They go into the Latinx discussion. They go into body appropriation. They go into is this simulation?
And look at it. It's so funny. We did our last episode about are we living in a simulation? And now we're living off online content and all this stuff. So it's like, look at us plugged into the matrix. But it's all good in jokes and all that stuff. So if you want to laugh, go check it out.
Yeah, go follow them. They're all producing great content so that, you're at home and you want to get your mind off of stuff. You got stuff to follow right there. And then follow me on all things at Eric Rivera Comedy. My specials on all the HBO platforms. Super White. Please go watch it. And Roxy, thank you for joining us. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you, brother. I loved it. I'll be happy to do it again with you guys. Thank you for providing the platform for us.
And remember, it's not how you holding up. How are you reinventing yourself?
How are you reinventing? How are you reinventing yourself? How are you readjusting? I like that. Hey, that's the takeaway of today's episode. Thank you, guys.
All right. Take care, guys.
All right. Bye.